mean, not only are you in this insanely successful television show, like this thing is juggernaut, like always in the top 10.
20 million people want to watch us be funny. We appreciate it very much.
Unbelievable. But in real life, you're a very smart person.
Thank you.
Well, I wanted to know, is that ever intimidating when you first meet people? Do they treat you with sort of a reverse bias?
People do that even after they've met me. It doesn't get better, sorry.
Sometimes people are weirded out when they come to my house for dinner. They expect, the bar to be up here, and I'm serving
not that you're inviting me,
sliders.
but I could never imagine. I mean, no, but I think when you're a person that people know for so many things, they don't know you intimately and they don't know what you're like first thing in the morning, but it's a very big personality. And, also you're a very powerful woman. And I think people are often still kind of like, wow, that's a big, powerful woman. We see men like that all the time, but I think we're still getting used to like, yeah, women can do a ton of things and be super smart too. I was never really comfortable in my skin. I always felt different. I always was different. I arrived late to the world of science, and I was on TV when I was a kid. Like, those are all different things. But I think the nice thing is, as an adult, and especially for women often as we come into our 30s, like, I finally feel more comfortable. So now I know that I'm different, but it's okay. And I want to impart that to my kids and also to the kids that I speak for. I speak for Texas Instruments, I speak for DeVry University, I speak for all these people to try and inspire kids. And part of it is to have confidence, to know what you want, and not to be afraid to try new things. And if it doesn't work, you can still try something else.
And to be enthusiastic about
Absolutely.
that. I think that part of it is not just being a visionary, but to find enthusiasm for life, which is what I think food does so well as a communicator.
Absolutely.
All right, so the big surprise about the chocolate cupcakes that we were totally eating and fostering during the clip is that they happen to be vegan.
Yes.
I know, right? A lot of people and a lot of families have to deal with gluten-free these days because of celiac, and people finally understand what it is. A lot of families choose to go vegetarian, but many, many families incorporate vegan cooking as well. And the point I want to discuss with you is this a book just for vegans?
No, this is actually...
What's the concept?
Right, so the concept, this book, it's called Mayim's Vegan Table. I write for this website called Kveller, and I would sometimes mention like, oh, I made this recipe vegan, or oh, I was really missing having this kind of food, so I veganized this recipe. And there was interest for me to publish these recipes, and so that's what I did. Dr. Jay Gordon's our pediatrician and pediatric nutritionist, and we wanted to present actual recipes that all people can eat, that happen to be plant-based. Everyone should be eating more fruits and vegetables, less processed foods, less proteins from animals. This is just a way to incorporate that into, no matter what you call yourself. I don't care if you're, become a vegan
meat eater or
absolutely. No, there's a lot of creative ways to prepare food, to present food, and also to kind of teach your mouth what food tastes like in its normal state.
To develop the palate of your child.
Absolutely, and yourself. I mean, I'm an adult with a child's palate. I needed to learn what it's like to eat raw cucumber, raw zucchini, and to dip it in a dip. Like, that's something I had to learn as an adult.
What's a family favorite out of this? What's a kid favorite?
Oh gosh, well, any dessert is obviously a kid favorite because
an entree that they actually don't fuss about eating.
There's kind of a modified. There's a modified baked ziti that my boys really like. There's a risotto, which I never, as a kid, I didn't even know what risotto was. But this is actually a pretty easy. There's no butter involved and there's no Parmesan, but it's got a lot of really rich flavors. There's a vegan shepherd's pie, which is basically beans and veggies, and I just serve it with the mashed potatoes on the side. I don't even bake it together. I don't even have the strength. I make the mashed potatoes, I make the veggies, we put them in a bowl, they put a little ketchup, and we're done. So yeah.